must be finalized first to complete the group of 8. Then, Hwang instructs everyone to close the boss gate. So far, we've seen Jin-Woo making his way through the dungeon, killing all the monsters inside. As he moves forward, his level continues to increase. Eventually, he defeats the boss of that dungeon with all his might and exits. Once he steps outside, he finds out that a dungeon break has occurred, and the magical beasts have escaped, but only a D-rank boss remains. Jin-Woo defeats it with a single blow, and no one even notices him. We then see that Jin-Woo has built a very muscular body using Saitama's workout plan, and now all the nurses are impressed by his physique. One of the nurses walks into his room while he's exercising, and seeing him shirtless, she gets shy and thinks, "Were his muscles always this solid? Did he always have such an amazing body?" Jin-Woo asks, "What did you come to tell me?" The nurse replies, "It's time for your discharge today. I just came to check if you're having any issues." Jin-Woo says, "I'm totally fine." The nurse then tells him to complete the discharge process and asks for his number. Jin-Woo wonders, is she asking for my number to send my medical reports? He gives her his number anyway. We see a TV interview with Baek Yoon-ho, one of the 7 S-rank hunters. The interviewer asks about his daily life, and he explains, "I train every day to keep my body strong and to protect my friends from danger." Jin-Woo's sister, Jin-Ah, is also watching this interview. Suddenly, she remembers she's getting late for school. As she leaves, she notices changes in her brother's body and says, "Have you been working out? You look taller than before. Is all this because of your training?" Jin-Woo simply replies yes. He hands her an umbrella and sends her off. Then, looking at his daily task, he says, "I'll do my running a bit later. Looks like these muscles are a result of my ability stats. If I keep training like this, I'll become a bodybuilder someday." He then distributes his remaining ability points to strength, agility, and perception. Suddenly, his landlord calls to remind him about rent. Jin-Woo says he'll pay soon and thinks, "I don't know if I've had a second awakening, but I can kill goblins pretty easily now. That means I can earn money and pay the rent." He starts looking for work and realizes finding work is really hard. If I want good money, I'll have to enter high-level dungeons. But an E-rank hunter like me isn't allowed in those. Should I go get my powers reevaluated? If my hunter rank increases, I'll be able to enter high-level dungeons and earn more money. But that'll draw a lot of attention. And second awakenings are extremely rare. No hunter till now has shown strength increases through level-ups alone. If people find out, the media will go crazy. So it's better if I hide my powers for now and try to understand what this ability really is. Captor call and new dungeon. Suddenly he receives a message and we see him running toward a building. Completing this mission finishes his daily tasks. A team is waiting for him, led by Hwang Dong-suk. One of Hwang's teammates sees Jin-Woo and mocks, "I know this guy. He's famous for being the weakest human in all of humanity." The rest of the team laughs. Hwang apologizes. "Sorry, my team members are a bit rude, but I don't mind it. You're an E-rank hunter after all. So can I count you in?" Jin-Woo agrees. Hwang explains, "You're here just to fill the numbers. This is a C-rank dungeon and we need at least 8 members to enter. Half of them must be C-rank. You're not expected to fight, so you won't get any loot. We'll pay you 2 million won as commission. This contract outlines everything." Hwang replies, "Investigators checked it twice. There's no doubt." Yu says, "The gate is huge. Should we really go inside?" Jin-Woo explains. Jin-Woo sees that Hwang's team consists of 4 C-rank hunters, 2 D-ranks, and 1 low-ranker. He agrees and asks about his job. Hwang replies, "You'll carry our luggage, food, clothes, a tent, and a first aid kit." Jin-Woo asks, "Don't you have a healer?" Hwang says, "Private teams like ours struggle to recruit healers. We usually fight without one. It's not a problem." Jin-Woo thinks, a team full of tankers and fighters with no healer? That's reckless. Not having a healer is a real problem. He signs the contract. New ally, Yu Jin-ho. We see another hunter named Yu Jin-ho, a D-rank, who seems similar to Jin-Woo. He says, "Looks like we're both here just to fill out the numbers." Jin-Woo notices Yu's expensive equipment and thinks, this guy must be from a rich family. Seems like it's his first time in a C-rank dungeon. Yu says, "Don't worry, I'll protect you." They get ready to head inside. Entering the dungeon, Yu asks, "Is that bag too heavy for you?" Jin-Woo says no. Yu keeps chatting while Jin-Woo ignores him. They reach the dungeon gate. One teammate asks, "Is this really a C-rank dungeon?"
Jin-Woo says, "Your sword and shield seem a bit expensive, don't they?" Yu replies, "Yeah." Then Jin-Woo says, "If that's the case, take care of yourself." Then we see some people working out and suddenly the ground starts shaking. One person says, "Is that the sound of something exploding?" Another says, "Calm down. This happens all the time. Just look closely. It's the owner of this organization training." Then we see Yun-Ho punching a hole in a wall and he says, "This isn't even my warm-up yet, so clean it up quickly." Yu says, "This dungeon is actually really big, and we haven't even encountered any magical beasts yet. By the way, you've been carrying those wax sticks for a while now, are you okay?" Jin-Woo replies, "I'm completely fine. Besides, I'm getting paid without having to fight." Thinks, "This deal seems a little too good. Something's fishy. This is a raid team, but they don't have a healer?" Wang says, "It's strange that we haven't come across even a single injured magical beast until now." Quan replies, "It must be nearby. We need to find the boss quickly, otherwise the gate won't open." Then the team moves ahead and sees spider webs along the path. Suddenly, they reach a room filled with mana crystals. Huang thinks, "Dongsu, I told you that you're not always right. I'm not the same guy who blindly followed his little brother anymore. I'll use these mana crystals to form my own team." As everyone is talking about how to divide the mana crystals, Yu says, "Jin-Woo, can I see your contract?" "Don't worry, I know a bit of law." Jin-Woo gives him the contract, and then Yu says to Huang, "According to this contract, Jin-Woo isn't entitled to any loot, but mana crystals aren't considered loot, so we should divide these mana crystals into 8 equal parts instead of 7. Huang agrees. "You're right. We should divide them into 8 parts. But first, we need to deal with this magical beast. This is the dungeon boss, and we need to defeat it to close the gate. Luckily, it's asleep right now, so let's start breaking and collecting the crystals." Then Huang asks one of his men about the tools. The guy replies, "Sorry, they're still in the vehicle." So Huang tells Jin-Woo and Yu to stay there while they go get the tools. He says, "Don't worry, you'll be safe here. Just don't make it angry." And we see them leave. Jin-Woo thinks, according to the rules, a C-rank dungeon should have at least 8 people. But excluding you and me, this team only has 6. And if Huang says they've completed many C-rank dungeons before, that means they should already have enough members to complete a team of 8. Then we see Wang tell Quan to close the boss room gate. Quan seals the entrance. Yu, shocked, says, "Did they just trap us?" Jin-Woo thinks, "I had my doubts already." Then he recalls what Mr. Song once told him. Sometimes you'll encounter people who have fallen so low that you won't be able to do anything about it. This job is truly dangerous. So many accidents happen in dungeons. And when one does, nobody talks about it because the crime rate is already high. And besides, there are no CCTV cameras in dungeons. So if someone dies in there, there's no evidence left. I can't believe they're going to kill us over some mana crystals. I think I said too much about the contract. Jin-Woo thinks, "You're wrong. If we had made more noise, they probably would have killed us right there." Then we see the dungeon boss awaken. Yu says, "Jin-Woo, stay with me. I'll protect you." Jin-Woo thinks, if we can find a way out, maybe that was their plan all along. This is a C-rank boss, and I'm just an E-rank hunter. The power difference is massive, but still, this is nothing compared to that other dungeon. Then he says to Yu, "Step back, Yu. I'll handle this." He summons his sword and says, "I'm going to defeat this thing." Guys, don't you think the ending was kind of a letdown? Just when things were getting interesting, it ended. Now we'll have to wait another whole week. But let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode.